What's going on, guys? Here's another video for you. This is my Falkenbach collection. Falkenbach is a Viking black folk metal band from Germany. That's a one-person band, actually, by the name of Vradius Vacus. That's what he goes by. Started in 1989, which is like insane to think. So that's like got to be one of the oldest Viking metal bands like ever. He released a bunch of demos from 1990 to 1996. I've actually never really heard any of them. I know they re-released two of them in a box set collection that they released like, I think like 4 years ago or something. But yeah, in 1996 he released his first full-length album. This is going to be really hard to pronounce. Ender Medriki Fara, which I have on CD. I think this is, yeah, this is a No Colors Records release. This is a good album. My main point of contention with this is I can't stand the drum production. And I know it's like, I mean, I already don't like fake drums, but the ones on here are similar to Goat Horns by Nocturnal Mortem. I just can't stand them. They just sound so shitty. Like, it's like, I might as well listen to Mysticum, you know? Which in Mysticum it works, but for Viking metal, it just sounds like it takes away from the atmosphere for me. But everything else on here is really good. The vocals are awesome. Lots of black metal sections. You have iconic riffs on like Galdralag. Heathen Pride is one of his best songs. I love the clean vocals in that and the flute. Lake Nishinder is another classic. That's a super old song. Very, very black metal, that song. I really like the middle part too a lot. How it slows down and gets very atmospheric. Ultima Thule is really cool, has a nice groove in there. Asm, okay, Alpham, I don't know, Nabber or whatever. It's an instrumental, and it's not bad. It's a little long in my opinion, but it's a pretty good song. And then the last two, Winter Night and Into the Ardent Awaited Land, are very good. Not amazing, but yeah, it's a solid first album. I know it kind of has like a cult status. I love the artwork in here too. Really cool. Back when Viking metal like wasn't lame and like actually like, you know, not goofy like a lot of the bands are today. So yeah, I'd probably give this an 8 out of 10. It's a good album. It's not my favorite, but yeah, so anyway, the next album in 1998 is called Magni Blandin Och Megantiri. Yeah, I bought this a while ago. This is definitely one of his best. This and the next two are contenders for his best album. I never know which one I'd pick because it switches from day to day, but yeah, this one has a lot of good songs on it. The programmed drum production is a lot more palatable, I guess you'd say, on here. It fits better. I really like the snare sound. Yeah, When Jallarhorn Will Sound has some great, you know, flutes in that song. Where Blood Soon Will Be Shed, another great song, great groove in that. Towards the Hall of Bronze and Shields is probably like their best song they've ever made, or his best song he's ever made. I just love that song. Is so atmospheric and so. The riffs are just amazing. It's a lot of Bathory worship, but it's done tastefully, and he has his own style to it. The only downside on this album, and this is probably because they re-recorded this for Heralding the Fireblade, which is one of his albums coming up, and it sounds so much better on that release than it does on here. It's a good song, but it's like, I don't know why he did it this way, but the vocals are really low in the mix, and yeah, I don't know. It's just not as energetic as the one in 2 albums from now, and we'll get to that. But yeah, and then after that, Walhall is, I think that was the first song I ever heard by him. Great song. Again, thick atmosphere. And then the last song is instrumental, Baldur's Todd. Amazing song. Love the synths in that are great. So yeah, all in all, a really good album. Definitely one of the best in the genre. Which, you know, Viking metal, granted, doesn't have a ton of good bands in, but yeah, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. Great stuff. After that, in 2002, he finally got a band behind him, so there's actually people playing drums and all that stuff. And that release was called Ak Nefna Taisvar Tai, which I got on CD. I got this in Tower Records in New York City like ages and ages ago. I think it was like right around when it just came out. This might be my favorite album by them. I was just listening to it today, and there's like almost no bad moments on this. It opens with Vanadis, which is just a triumphant track. Very, prideful sounding, has a great rhythm to it. As Long as Winds Will Blow is a very uplifting song, really cool flutes in that. Ada Tuza is a great groove in that song. And again, the artwork on this album is just so fucking cool. I mean, look at that. It's so awesome. I don't think there's any other artwork, but yeah, just all around, just a fantastic album. He definitely chose the right kind of people to play the music behind him. They all bring their own styles, but they don't infringe on like the song writing, and they let it breathe in a certain way. Donner's Oak's a great song. The Ardent Awaited Land is a re-recording of the last song off this, which is called Into the Ardent Awaited Land. So they re-recorded it for this album, but they kind of made it different in a way. It's more like acoustic. And it's really cool, really atmospheric. And then the last song, Farewell, is so good. Oh my god, I love that song. The flutes in the middle of that, like, yeah, it's very easy to play, but it just fits the music so well. So yeah, another 9 out of 10. Love this album. After that, in 2005, they released Heralding the Fireblade. Again, I absolutely love this album. On any given day, it could be my favorite. There's so many good songs in here. Heathen Foray is what I was talking about before. It's a re-recording of the Heathenish Foray on here, on Magne Blandin. And it is way better than the original. There's so much more energy to it. The vocals are amazing. The band just sounds fantastic. And then A Forest Unknown is a cool black metal track. Have 'Em All is a great atmospheric, very catchy song. Roman Land has some great riffs in it. Very black metal. The drumming's very fast in that too, which is, they don't usually do that in this band. And then the fifth song, Heralder, is that. Either that or Towards the Hall of Bronze Shields is the best song they've ever made. That song is so fucking good. It's so uplifting, like with the synths, and the vocals just sound amazing. Yeah, that song, do not pass that song up. It's amazing. And then they re-recorded Lake Nishinder, which is on their first album. If you recall, I mentioned it. Very good song. I actually think, I like this version better because, there's real drums. The production sounds more upfront. And then the next song is Walkie's Jar, which is a black metal track, very good. And then Skirner, they close with, which is an interesting song for them. It's not really like anything I've heard before, but it's very good. Solid ass fucking album. Yeah, again, 9 out of 10. Love it. So then the next two I don't have on physical format. In 2011, they released Tierida. It's a good album. It's not as good as the past three. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the songs aren't as memorable. Where the Ravens Fly has a very catchy riff to it. Torn Between Dog and Wolf is interesting. Tanafana, the fourth song, is an instrumental that he actually re-recorded from a demo from, I think it was 91 or something crazy. It's good instrumental. The best song on this album is Rune Shall You Know. I love how catchy and memorable it is with the vocals. The clean vocals sound great. The next song, In Flames, is it's alright. It doesn't need to be 8 minutes long, I'll just put it that way. And then the last two are kind of they're good, but again, not super memorable. So I'd probably give that album a 7 out of 10. And then the last one they did, Asa, came out in 2013. This one's a little bit better. There's a lot of black metal on here. The best song on here is I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these. It's the fucking fifth song, Ewu Roarin' or something. It was their single that they released on a 7-inch before this album came out. Excellent, excellent song. Complete classic. The rest are good. Slightly more memorable than the last album. The second song is very good. Bronze and Embrace is really cool. Yeah, it's a good album. I don't own it. If I saw it, I would probably get it. I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. It's not quite as good as like Heralding the Fireblade or one of those, but very good album. And so that's all they have. They haven't made anything since 2013, which is crazy. I hope they come back someday, because yeah, they're one of the only bands in the genre that have aged well. We could put it that way. Great stuff. So if you haven't checked out Falkenbach, definitely do so. They have some really, really good albums. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.